Hello and welcome back to the channel where I seem to always be biting off more than I can chew. So I have about a million things going on, so let me catch you guys up and we'll start over here. So as you can see, I have the front shocks removed out of the Benz because I wanted to swap the coils back around. So that car had this car's coils in because I cut the coils on that thing and I wasn't happy with it, but now I would rather have the cut coils in there because it just looks better. If you look over here, I think if I remember correctly, I cut out one of these coils. The original coils has 1, 2, 3, 4 turns in them, and these only have 3, and I think we ended up about 3 centimeters lower. Now, having the car with a much heavier M104 turbo engine on the cut coils makes the ride a bit bumpy, but nothing too serious, and it looks way better anyway. I also do want to say this, I would not recommend you cut your coils. It's not the safest thing to do. Rather get some adjustable coilovers or something. This thing is called the Benz for a reason. I thought I would just get them swapped back around, but unfortunately 2 of these little shock top mounts got messed up, so they need to be replaced. So we'll just have to wait a second to get the shocks back into this thing. I am still busy on the suspension on this thing, currently working on the brakes and the wheel hubs, getting those cleaned up in a second to get back into the car. And then I also went ahead, got the rear wheels swapped back around to have these nicer looking wheels on there. We know I tried to do a burnout, but this thing just one wheel peels all the way. Car looks way better like that. And then I have the dangerous daily over here as well, because this thing needs a service and it also needs some work on the steering rack. It's not the wheel bearing, but I have been running around with parts, sorting things out, gathering all the parts that I need. That's taking a while, but yeah, I'm happy with the progress so far. Can't get over the fact of how good the suspension is coming along. Speaking of the one wheel peel machine burnouts, we don't want that problem in the new 203 project, so we decided to get the diff locked in this one. There are 2 common ways to go about locking the diff on your car. Number 1 being the right way, and that is getting a limited slip diff or an LSD. Number 2 is getting your diff welded. Now, welding your diff is very common in the car community. A lot of people do it, a lot of people have success with it, but there is always the possibility of things that can go wrong. That brings us to way number 3 on how to lock your diff. So I only saw one video on YouTube of someone that did this before. So we went with the lead route. So when I say lead, that is what these are made of, fishing weights. So the melting point on lead is pretty low, so I just use this little, I don't know what you call this thing, it's like a melter, but it's pretty cool. It's actually used to make bullet points. So yeah, I got 2 solid bars from a friend of lead with a total weight of 3 kilograms about. I'm just going to show you guys how we did it. You can decide for yourself what you think about it. I don't know, I guess we'll just wait and see if it'll work. While you guys watch the video, I'm just gonna step outside, get those brakes and calipers cleaned up and ready for paint. So here is how we lock the diff of the new W203 project. Here goes nothing. Uh-oh. Now, if this thing is actually gonna hold up to some abuse, I do not know, but I guess only time will tell. So please do subscribe and we'll see if this thing blows up or it lights both those tires. But we really do have a lot to do before we can get to that point. And then I also just added these two little tabs just as an extra precaution for if a piece of lead maybe wants to come loose, it won't go into the other gears. There's no turning back now, so I cleaned up all the surfaces so that I can close it up. So let's go ahead, close it up, and then we'll be done with it and we can move on. There we go. And then once the diff is back in the car, we'll just get some oil in there and we'll be good to go. And then another thing we had to do was replace these. So this is the rear wheel hub, and you call this a bush ball joint or something, and that turned out to be easier said than done. Stefan is Andrew se broer nie. Okay, nou ek ken so baie Stefans. And a huge thanks to Andrew for yet again helping me with that. We had a great time getting them replaced, but with that being done, I have everything to get the rear end of the car put back together, but I wanted to get the differential painted along with the side shaft, but unfortunately the weather is a bit weird today. Very rainy, so I can't paint in weather like this. Speaking of getting things painted, like I said, I already went ahead and cleaned up all the brake calipers and the discs, everything like that. And look how bad as these brakes turned out. At this stage, I'm really over cleaning things up, getting it ready for paint and then painting it. But as soon as I paint it, it's all worth the time and the effort. So we also got the discs painted. I know that won't last, but it does look better than the rust. And then I got the front coils painted red as well. I will be needing some new front shocks. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Please like the video so I can afford new shocks. Honestly, I thought I would get a lot more done in this video, but like I said, I just need to paint these, so the diff, the side shaft, and then they are ready to go back in the car, and then get those brakes put back together, and then I can completely finish up the rear end of the car. That really isn't going to take much time at all, and then everything should come together really quick. And then I also still haven't made the time to get the coils in the riser beans. I'll probably do that tonight, but I still need to edit this video, and it is Saturday today, so I have to edit this video, upload it for you guys for tomorrow. But I will let you know how low it sits. And then I also still need to service the Datsun, the Dangerous daily, and sort out that steering rack. It is kind of nerve-wracking riding with that thing. It feels like a freaking wheel is gonna fall off. And then the 204 also needs a service, so lots to do. But unfortunately, like always, ran out of time for this week's video. But thank you guys so much for watching, and then I'll see you in the next one. I'm sure it's gonna be a banger.